Spiritual category and soul paths. This is going to be very fun. So the spiritual category, there are 3 soul paths that fall into the spiritual category, and these are spiritual balance, spiritual mystic, and spiritual warrior. These soul paths share energy and characteristics that are common to the spiritual category, and then have further distinguishing characteristics that make them individually unique. So what is a spiritual light path? Spirituals live life and experience is the exploring of beliefs and what others cannot see from this physical perspective. To do this, spirituals need to make time to nourish their spiritual connection through meditation and prayer. As a spiritual soul path, you push the boundaries of metaphysical beliefs. Much like the intellectual soul path, push the boundaries of logic and knowledge. As a spiritual, you can trust your connection. Because you are a spiritual explorer, your beliefs will change over a course of your lifetime. You enjoy the exploration of existing religious and spiritual beliefs as you do create your own ideas around faith and the meaning of life. Very exciting. So what is a spiritual dark path? For I'll be reading the categories of the light and the dark and the soul paths of the light and the dark. When you're experiencing your spiritual category from a place of collapsed energy, the overall negative attitude is superiority. You are dogmatic about your beliefs and completely unaccepting about the beliefs of others. Not only do you feel that your beliefs are the only ones that are right, you are unwilling to look at another's perspective. It doesn't matter whether your beliefs are fundamental religion or the most liberal spiritually. Your way is the right way. And this is the dark belief of the spiritual category. You are a judgmental observer, standing on the sidelines of life, not participating, yet judging others as wrong. It would be great fun to get into the game. Yep, and it is. Yet when you're experiencing your spiritual category from a place of expanded energy, you contribute to our world with your spiritual exploring. You make it okay for us to believe in something bigger than ourselves. You push the boundaries of belief. And that's what I love to do, because I'm so spiritual, and I try my best to be my best self for not only my soul's evolution, but for everyone around me. And me knowing my soul paths have helped me to just focus on that, to use the tools of my intuitive creator, my spiritual balance. That's it. Not the, if something matches and it's in alignment with the paths and the meaning of each of these paths that I have, the creator and the balance, that takes a whole lot of other stuff out. I have written my script before I had come. I had chosen these paths for my soul's evolution, and the greatness is the soul path teachings were brought in our lifetime at this time right here, right now, to help us. And that's why I call soul path teachings a fast forward to purpose in all areas. Recognition of self. Who are you meant to be? What is your next best step? And knowing that all the tools and the guidances are in your soul paths. Why not use them? Who is the spiritual soul path? People with the spiritual soul path are inherently strong, steady, and aware. You are spiritual observers who are wise, have faith, and metaphysical explorers. So out of the words that I have shared, so we have spiritual and you are an observer. So let's first read the spiritual. word, the meaning of spiritual, I shall say. With a spiritual soul path, you are connected to what you cannot see. For you, the most important things in life are intangible. Things such as your beliefs about the world, your connection to others around you, and your relationship to spirit. Since childhood, you have had an active imagination and may have had an imaginary friend. Your rich inner world continues to help you develop your communication skills and help you understand the world. You can sometimes feel a little disconnected from practical reality. You need to respond to changes in your life and respond best to gentle communications. That is the strongest, because our intent is to be kind. It is not that you are ignoring others, but sometimes what's happening within you blocks out what's going on around you. Situations that are disruptive for you include an immediate change in activity, especially if it's initiated by someone else, as well as having to always keep a strict schedule and not having time to gently ease from one activity to another. With your spiritual soul path, you're very unsettled in disharmony and need things to run smoothly. Your natural predisposition to please others. It's just an instinct. It's just what you want to do. Make sure this doesn't turn into negative experience for you, though, and a manipulative opportunity for them. Always remember that. Observer. Your spiritual soul path makes you a survivor of life, an evaluator of what is going on around you. As an eyewitness looking on, you perceive beyond the obvious and routine and gain a deeper understanding. Your spiritual soul path allows you to notice things that others miss, and you use all 5 senses to detect and discern. You are able to interpret what is going on verbally and non-verbally. Your observation allows you to see things clearly and calmly, and you are deeply affected by people and environments. 3 other words under the soul path category of spirituals: wise, faith, and explorer. So for wise, you are strong, steady, and wise. You are a constant and steady person with fortitude on whom others can rely. You have the gift of making real meaningful connections with others, although you do struggle with small talk. Once friendships are made, yours are lasting. Sometimes your strength can make you appear too serious, and it can make you appear somewhat aloof and superior. With a spiritual soul path, you have extraordinary perception and insights and will seem wise beyond your years. You may feel out of sync with what your friends talk about and worry about and feel slightly removed from day-to-day situations. You are sought out for your wisdom and advice and gravitate to meaningful friendships. Fewer friends, but deeper friendships. You are perceptive soul who is quite happy with your own company. I'm going to say, because we can communicate really good and clearly and love visiting with the non-physical. So sometimes our own company it's a good thing to have, but we do need each other. Faith. You are a curious mixture of trust and distrust, but you can have faith and trust in life if you immerse yourself in uplifting spiritual, mystical, or religious beliefs, what feels true for you. Take the opportunity to believe in something bigger than yourself. You are a spiritual observer and can perceive beyond the obvious. Your life is molded by your beliefs. Take time to develop your beliefs. And remembering our beliefs do change over the course of our lifetime. Spiritual. In every life, ensure that your words and actions match, as this will help you to develop trusting relationships. It gives you certainty, fills you with hope, and helps you look on the bright side. Explorer. So a mystical explorer, share your beliefs. Keep away from fear-based teachings and make your mystical exploration an uplifting and playful process. Find friends in other forums to share and talk about your beliefs. You are naturally curious about the supernatural. Find books, shows, and mentors who can make this exploration a positive and heartening experience. So let's look into some insights into the spiritual soul path. Guidance system. The guidance system for spirituals is your connection. You can really trust your connection to what you believe in. First, you need to make time to connect through prayer or meditation, and then trust what you are receiving. Your connection will help you in your life by guiding you to move forward and by guiding you to stay still, thereby keeping you safe. Spirituals must trust their connection to what is more than their physical body. A great thing that I do is always remember that I am a soul having a physical experience, and I am within this body that I chose to use for my soul's evolution on earth. I know I am of service to everyone, but I also know that me being of service just to others and the world isn't just about that. It's about my personal soul paths experience as well, my script. So the key life experience. Key life experience for you as a spiritual is learning to trust your connection. Soul Path uncovers the way that your soul intended to experience this life, and as a spiritual, you are learning to explore and experience intangibles and the non-physical. Insights into your spiritual key life experience. You have a preoccupation with what is more than your physical body, with what others cannot see. You can feel confident and safe within the fact that you will never stand tall spiritually. Stand still, pardon me. Stand tall, but you'll never stand still. And that your beliefs will usually change over the course of your life as you explore what others believe and then decide for yourself. Spiritual children are particularly aware of invisible energy such as fairies, special friends, something in the closet. The vital role for spirituals is to make spiritual connection. Take action to focus on faith and trusting. So your connection is a spiritual. When spirituals connect with what is more than their physical body, you have a connection to all of non-physical, individual and collective. The nature of the spiritual soul path. Knowing your soul path uncovers your learning style, thinking style, creative process, how you experience time, and your connection to the Tao. All of this contributes to understanding yourself at a deep level and helps you walk your path of purpose to a beautiful life. So the learning style for a spiritual is auditory listener. With a spiritual soul path, you process information primarily through hearing, and you can hear both spoken and unspoken words. You need to be encouraged to talk about things and engage with others. As an auditory listener, you easily go within, into your own world, and may not seem to be paying attention or listening. Others are often surprised by what you pick up and remember. Thinking style, whole thinker. In the process of learning, understanding, and gaining knowledge, the thinking style for spiritual soul path is a whole thinker rather than linear thinker. You are perceptive and can think in multiple directions and are seen as very intelligent. You can make connections among apparently unrelated concepts and ideas. And you really like open-ended instructions, with options for possible outcomes. Creative process for spirituals. With a spiritual soul path, your concepts and ideas are free-flowing and based on forward-looking, original initiation. Spirituals, rather than looking at what others have done, use internal stimuli and insights to create. Fostering creativity within yourself includes giving yourself the independence to create what you want without a defined outcome in mind. Experiencing time for a spiritual, you experience time all at the same time. You have a good memory and an abstract rather than a detailed awareness. Your subjective experience of time is that you are not always discerning about which event or memory came first. Sometimes you have little distinction between past and present events. Your time perception is often that everything that has happened and everything that is happening right now. For some of the other soul path categories, time is experienced on a step at a time in a logical progression. Their subjective experience of time is that one event follows another in succession, and when the event is over, it becomes a memory. Time has an order to it. The rhythm of the Tao for spiritual. The Tao is the natural order of the universe and keeps the world balanced and flowing. Mountain energy is the Tao energy that matches spirituals. When light and expanding, mountain energy represents trust and wisdom and is constant, everlasting, durable, all-seeing, and always there. When dark and collapsed, mountain energy is rigid and stuck. Your spiritual soul path embodies the natural energy of mountains. So there's a language in the spiritual soul path. So the language for spirituals. Language is responsible for clear communication and successful interactions with others. Language helps you understand and cope with emotions, and it is the genesis of critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Language helps make sense of your experiences and the world around you. Your conscious use of specific vocabulary brings about positive changes in your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. There are words, affirmations, intentions, and prayers that really resonate with you and help you approach things from your soul perspective. These are important at any time and can really help you cope with any negative thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. So words. Words are pockets of energy, and words that resonate with the spiritual soul path are get and connect, rather than think or feel. For example, you could ask, what are you getting? Or, are you connected? These words really help you respond to situations from your wisdom. For spirituals, get and connect are words that you can use to connect to your wisdom and your higher self. So here's how you and your loved ones can use these words to engage your light path insights and instincts. Great conversation to have. Kind of make it a game too. So first, what am I getting from non-physical help with regard to this situation? Have I made time to connect? Is this the time to connect for guidance? Is this my download from my connection, or maybe the opinion of someone else's? See the light switch questions for your specific soul path. So other expansive words for spiritual category are spiritual, connected, observer, mystical, explorer, strong, steady, evaluator, insightful, perceptive, wisdom, faith, trust, verbal and nonverbal interpreter, relaxed, supportive, serious, and constant. So an affirmation for the spiritual. An I am statement is a way to align with universal energy and God. It reminds you of who you are and how you want to feel. An affirmation is a positive statement confirming something to be true. Affirmations can be introduced consciously or subconsciously. For example, they can be introduced through artwork, audio, or even video recordings. For spirituals, the I am affirmation is I am spiritual. I am strong, steady, and wise, and I choose to relax and trust. Setting an intention. So an intention is a guiding principle in life, a target to aim for. It's a stated desire to be a certain kind of person who lives a certain kind of life. In medicine, intention is recognized as the process for healing. For spirituals, the intention is, and we can state this too, whenever, I would suggest as often as you can throughout the day. My intention is to live as a strong, steady, and wise person who has faith and chooses to trust life. Really owning that intention, making it so, just loving it. A prayer. Prayer is spiritual communion with the soul and higher self. An appeal or a request to live in a state of grace. An additional prayer for you is, I breathe in trust and I breathe out distrust. I breathe in hope and I breathe out doubt. Doing that throughout the day would be such an honor to your soul path. Wellness secrets for a spiritual soul path. There are wellness secrets to your body and your health that are unique to you as a spiritual soul path. Understanding your wellness at this metaphysical level allows you to set yourself up for a healthy living. You can make positive choices and take action that leads to your well-being. Metaphysical umbilicus. This is a place on the body that connects you directly with your soul. So the metaphysical umbilicus for spirituals is the third eye. Just above and in between the eyebrows. Right in this beautiful area here. I like to sometimes do this. You can feel that. A lot of us, when I was in groups years ago, we would do this. You'd be, oh, yeah, tingle here, right? It's just so much fun. It's so much fun. Give it a shot. When you put your focus and attention on your third eye, it's just like running an invisible umbilical cord to your soul, connecting you to your wisdom and helping you feel steady and strong. It is very soothing if you gently massage or tap this spot. Scrunching up and then relaxing your face provides the same calming relief. It's even more effective when saying your affirmation. I am spiritual. I am strong, steady, and wise, and I choose to relax and trust. As an example, I am spiritual. I am strong, steady, and wise, and I choose to relax and trust. That's what that would look like. Feels great. Health sensitivity for spirituals. Each of the soul path categories has a health sensitivity. This is not to say that you will experience ill health in this area, but rather that it is a possible predisposition and something to keep an eye on. Just in the same way your family health history plays a role in your future wellness. If symptoms show up, speak with your healthcare provider. For spirituals, your health sensitivity is your respiratory system and your ears, nose, and throat. A distressor for spirituals. Calming rejuvenation for spirituals is rhythm. Whenever you are having a difficult day, you can be calm with mental rhythm, such as counting, or physical rhythm, such as dancing or walking. You need time alone and unscheduled time. Taking care of yourself includes a good amount of alone time during which to focus on meditating and prayer. Activities like yoga, tai chi, and qigong assist with connection. Repetitive hypnotic activities like walking or dancing nourish your soul. Silent retreats, escape from daily life, and vision quests are a valuable part of taking care of yourself as a spiritual soul path. The five senses? Of the five senses, spirituals don't really have one that is dominant. All five senses have a profound impact on your experience of the world. So, an emotional trigger. Limiting beliefs provide opportunities for personal growth. Limiting beliefs are perceived truths that you hold about the world and about yourself. The limiting belief that spirituals hold to be true is, I believe they are out to get me, and I am betrayed. This limiting belief creates unconscious feelings of being betrayed, deceived, duped, and baited. The triggers for this limiting belief are a lack of faith and constant questioning. Also, not trusting the process of life and impatience with the way life is flowing. The behavior that results in bitterness and paranoia, distrust, being on guard, and feeling suspicious. The reprogramming transformation is moving from distrust to trusting. Why not let go of the doubt and trust in the honor of others? And if you can't, walk away. There are many others who can have the faith in you, and you looking at them as an example if you would allow it. Walking away is the best step to take when you are having a hard time to connect. The antidote is working on your own spiritual connection, finding ways to trust and focus on faith. To overcome this limiting belief, tap into your extrasensory perception. Who you are born to be as a spiritual observer who is wise, has faith, and is a mystical explorer. There is a supporting belief for spirituals, and it is, I am spiritual, and I am strong, steady, and wise. So there is a matching vibration for the spiritual soul path. And what this means is there are certain physical items that have the same energy as the spiritual soul path, things that vibrate at your wavelength. And these provide a wonderful, positive, lifelong addition throughout your life. Spirituals have a special color, a unique gemstone, your own essential oil, a shape, a flower, an animal instinct, and a musical instrument that enhances your energy and helps you feel great. Let's start with color. The color for spirituals is blue. Any shade of blue. Of course, darker colors have a softer vibration than lighter colors, so that's okay. Whichever color blue suits you at that time is all that matters. Blue accesses wisdom and guidance, instills faith in self, and creates calm and peacefulness. Blue can be introduced in bedding, clothing, or decor. The gemstones. The gemstone for spirituals is lapis lazuli. This gemstone assists with accessing universal knowledge and promotes connection. Gemstones may be placed in the bedroom, kept in a pocket, or worn as jewelry, which is what I'm doing here. This is a lapis lazuli. I'm wearing blue today and carrying my lapis lazuli because I play with the divination cards that my good friend Dr. Deborah Ford created. And I always ask guidance every day on how I can be my best self. And today it was for me to focus on the spiritual category. So, hence me wearing blue. I also wear the essential oil, and it's, oh my goodness, it's just so lovely. So I wear ylang ylang. And there are parts of the body that you will learn if you follow us in the Soul Path work. The best place to put these essential oils or to apply, pardon me. And I created them, and we use the carry oil that is camellia oil. So we'll have camellia oil mixed with ylang ylang in a roll-on. Just a small little thing you can take traveling with you. So, speaking of essential oil, ylang ylang is the essential oil that most closely matches the natural vibration of spirituals. It connects to your true self, promotes balance, and brings peace. Essential oils can be lightly spritzered onto porous materials such as clothing and bed linens. Shape. The square shape represents a spiritual observer who is wise, has faith, and is a mystical explorer. Square shapes can be introduced in creative play and artwork, as well as ornaments or pictures in the home. Even a blue rug. There's a flower. Iris is the same energy as spirituals. Metaphysically, Iris represents new thoughts and wisdom, hope, faith, and trust. The animal instinct? Of all the animals, dogs have the same energy as spirituals. Dogs love to serve humanity. They live and work for community. They respond to the needs of others and show love and appreciation. Musical instrument? Stringed instruments like the guitar, harp, banjo, ukulele are a perfect energy match for spirituals. Stringed instruments produce sound from vibrating strings that matches a spiritual. You are a spiritual observer who is wise, has faith, and is a mystical explorer. You also have a path connected to your spiritual category, which describes your special and unique gifts and greatness. The paths within the spiritual category are balance, mystic, and warrior. Spiritual balance, you go with the flow. Spiritual mystic, you are a metaphysical explorer. Spiritual warrior, you stand up for your spiritual cause. I was reading the Soul Path category out of the book that my good friend, Dr. Deborah Ford, created. So it's the Soul Path Book of Knowledge, Book 1. It's a spectacular read. It is so great to have a tangible right in hand. You can purchase this book on Amazon. You can also go to our website at solepath.org. That's SOLEPATH.org. And you're welcome to purchase this book and enjoy the reading for yourself.